File item 36, Senator Wieckowski. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1263 by Senator Wieckowski, enacting into drinking water.
Senator Wieckowski.
Madam President, members, this bill, SB 1263, merely limits the proliferation of small, unsustainable water systems by strengthening the permitting process and the requirements for new and altered public water systems. Now, in California, to my astonishment, I found out that there are 7,600 public water systems that exist. Now, many of these are small and in disadvantaged communities. The State Water Resource Board has provided us with information and found that in many of these small systems, those are where the majority of out-of-compliance findings have been made for either one or more water quality standards. And mainly this is due because these systems lack the economy of scales in order to keep up with the maintenance and the treatment for their water. Over time, these systems have become unsustainable, and this places public health at risk. These failing systems also force residents to either pay more for the treatment or improvement, or worse, continue to be exposed to contaminated water. Now, these unsustainable systems also end up costing the state a lot more money when we ultimately have to take steps to do it. So we're not going after the out-of-compliance systems here. What we're simply doing is providing better oversight for the state's interest in the long-term sustainability of these small water systems. Now, I know concerns been raised by the Association of California Water Agencies and the California building industry. I'm going to continue to work with them about the potential impacts. I'm looking for some language that would allow for a new water system if it's the only or the best solution now to the project at hand. California has made a commitment several years ago that we now have elevated the safe water as a human right and the quality water, and that means every Californian. So with that, I submit the matter and urge an aye vote.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate on the matter? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. Bell. Berryhill. No. Block. Cannella. No. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines. Galgioni. Glazer. No. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wieckowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members, please.
Bates. Bell. Block. Aye. Gaines. Galgioni. Hueso. Leno. Aye. Roth. No. Runner.
Ayes 21, noes 13. The measure passes. File item 37. Senator Pan, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1353 by Senator Pan, enacting into retirement.
Senator Pan.
Thank you, Madam President. Senators, SB 1353 requires CalPERS and CalSTRS to hold a public board meeting and take a public vote prior to overturning statutory prohibitions from investing in Sudan or thermal coal. This bill merely adds similar procedural requirements that already exist for reinvesting in statutorily prohibited investments in Iran. Existing law prohibits CalPERS and CalSTRS from investing in companies with active business operations in Sudan, thermal coal, and Iran. However, the state constitution and applicable statutes allow public retirement system to invest in a legislatively prohibited investment if the retirement board finds that its prohibition violates its standard of fiduciary care and loyalty to its members. SB 1353 ensures that the retirement boards will provide timely notice to the public and the legislature of its intention to reinvest and statutorily prohibited investments. I appreciate an aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. No. Bates. Bell. Berryhill. No. Block. Canella. No. De Leon. I. Fuller. No. Gaines. Galgioni. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Hueso. Huff. No. Jackson. I. Lara. I. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wykowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members.
Hueso, aye. Bates. Bell. Block. I. Gaines. Nielsen. Runner.
Ayes 25, noes 10, the measure passes. File item 38. Pass on file. File item 39. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 998 by Senator Wykowski, enacting the vehicles.
Senator Wykowski.
Madam President and members, SB 998 will correct a deficiency in the state law by allowing transit agency to issue citations for somebody that stops, parks, travels in a bus-only lane. These bus rapid transit lanes are coming to a city near you or that you represent, and this will simply allow that public agency to cite somebody. I urge an aye vote.
Any discussion or debate? Any discussion or debate? Is there any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 35, no 0, the measure passes. File item 40. Senator Bell is not here. File item 41. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1012 by Senator Wynn, enacting the flags.
Senator Nguyen.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise to present SB 1012. This bill would simply require that all American or California flags purchased by state or local governments with taxpayer dollars come from American manufacturers. The California Department of General Services currently purchases national flags, the fabric products enterprise at Central California Women's Facility here in California. However, there is no requirement to purchase American or California flags from this facility or from any other manufacturer in our nation. Local governments purchase flags from a variety of sources. The greatest symbol of our national flag is the American flag. It makes sense to have both our American and California flags manufactured by Americans here at home in the United States. This bill has received unanimous bipartisan support in the committee so far. It is also supported by the Made in USA Foundation and many of the California Veterans Organization. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate on the measure? Any discussion or debate? Any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Seeing none, ayes 35, no 0, the measure passes. File item 42. Mr. Senator Mendoza, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1072 by Senator Mendoza, enacting the school bus safety.
Senator Mendoza.
Thank you, Madam President and members. I'm here to present SB 1072, which protects children traveling to and from school by establishing safe pupil transportation procedures to help prevent children from being left on school buses unattended. In a disturbing number of cases, children, many with special needs who are nonverbal and have fallen asleep, have been mistakenly left on parked buses unattended and found hours later. Tragically, in my district, Paul Lee, a special needs student, recently passed away after being left inside of a bus on a hot day in Whittier. To prevent future tragedies, SB 1072 specifically requires that all public and private school buses to be equipped with a child safety alarm system designed to require the bus driver to go to the back of the bus to deactivate the system, thus making sure that he checks the seats. It also directs school districts to establish a safety procedure for bus drivers to follow to ensure the bus driver checks the bus at the end of the route. It requires bus drivers to review these safety protocols during their annual renewal training, and also has a reporting requirement to ensure that the DMV is notified in cases of a child being left behind on a bus so that appropriate action can be taken. This bill has received unanimous bipartisan support in committee, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote today.
Thank you, Senator. Is there any discussion or debate on the measure? Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, is there any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Hearing none, ayes 35, no 0, the measure passes. File item 43. Senator Hernandez, not at his desk. File item 44, pass on file. File item 45, Senator Wolk. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1386 by Senator Wolk, enacting to resource conservation.
Senator Wolk.
Thank you, Madam President. 1386 will affirm the state's strategy to protect and manage natural and working lands as part of California's ongoing efforts to meet its climate change goals. Given that these sectors have significant potential for storing carbon, as well as co-benefits such as water supply and quality improvement, flood protection, and others. The bill has received no votes. It's supported by the Central Valley Flood Control Association, the California Alliance with Family Farmers, the Sierra Business Council, and others. 1386 was amended on May 2nd to add findings and declarations. I thank you, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate on the measure? Any discussion or debate? Hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. Bell. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Gaines. Galgioni. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell.
Aye.
Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Bates. Bell. Berryhill. Canella. Fuller. Berryhill, aye. Berryhill. Aye. Canella. Fuller. Gaines. Wesso. Aye. Morlock. No. Nilsson. Runner.
Ayes 26, no 7. The measure passes. File item 46. Senator Allen, pass on file. File item 47. Senator McGuire, pass on file. File item 48, Senator Allen, pass on file. File item 49, Senator Pan, pass on file. File item 50, Senator Mendoza. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1451 by Senator Mendoza, an act relating to the State Compensation Insurance Fund.
Senator Mendoza.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, I'm here to present SB 1451. The State Compensation Insurance Fund is a critical provider of workers' compensation insurance in California. They provide a critical safety net for California businesses as both an available market and a competitive carrier in the marketplace. State Fund not only competes with the private market to provide workers' compensation insurance, but it also competes to recruit the same talent. When recruiting for management position, the board of directors faces significant challenges in attracting seasoned talent with industry experience and specialized technical skills. This gap is often filled with contractors today. SB 1451 will allow State Fund to attract and retain staff with the industry experience and expertise needed to respond effectively to changing market demands and further accelerate its business transformation efforts. This bill provides the State Fund Board of Directors the flexibility to appoint additional exempt positions not to exceed 1% of State Fund's workforce without seeking specific legislation for each position, and would terminate the board's authority to appoint additional positions on December 31st of 2021. This bill has received bipartisan support in committee, has had no opposition, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote today.
Thank you. Any discussion or debate on this matter? Any discussion or debate? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Bell. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Gaines. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. No. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell.
Aye.
Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Call the absent members.
Bates. Bell. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. McGuire. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Nilsson. Runner.
Ayes 34, no. Ayes 34, noes 1. The measure passes. File item 51, pass on file. File item 52, Senator Galgiani, pass on file. File item 53, Senator Morlock. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1255 by Senator Morlock and Act relating to family law.
Senator Morlock.
Thank you, Madam President, and also want to wish everyone a wonderful Mother's Day this past weekend. I rise in support of Senate Bill 1255. Colleagues, we know that life is complex. Last year, a California Supreme Court case added to the burdens of pursuing the dissolution of a marriage with the Marriage of Davis decision. A key date in a divorce is the date of separation. That is the date when finances are segregated. Marriage of Davis requires that this date be on or after both spouses live in separate residences. This created a new problem. Many separating partners have young children, and it is wise to have both parents nearby. This is more important when maintaining two homes is financially burdensome. Many couples do end their marriage, but still try to manage family and finances. When I was practicing, I used to use the phrase that marriage is grand and divorce is 50 grand. With so many in our state already dealing with difficult fiscal restraints, we need to give couples in this predicament some relief. Here is just a portion of one of the letters I've received. I'm in the process of divorce proceedings. My husband and I moved into separate bedrooms in our house in March of 2014, and we filed for divorce in January of 2015. Although we don't wish to do so, we continue to live in the same house in order to afford to pay the college tuition for our children. We share the household expenses and thus enable our children to attain their college degrees without debt. Prior to July 2015, my husband and I were considered to be legally separated even though we lived in the same house. Because our marriage exhibited other characteristics of separation, thus I had no issue remaining in the same house in order to share expenses for the sake of our children. However, the California Supreme Court issued an opinion, which I mentioned earlier, that requires that spouses cannot be deemed separate and remain living together in the same household. This opinion set the family law arena on its ears and has generated a large amount of discussion about options for spouses that now must live apart to be separated, yet are unable to support their children if forced to incur additional expenses for separate households. There are multiple ramifications stemming from the Supreme Court opinion. the requirements to find new housing in a sluggish housing market, the specter of losing a home without two incomes to pay the mortgage, and the displacement of the children, to name a few. I am directly affected by this case. If I am forced to move out of the household residence to satisfy the court's definition of separated, I would have difficulty finding housing due to the current housing crunch, and I would not be able to continue to afford to pay for both my additional household expenses and my children's tuitions. It would be a travesty for my kids, and I know there are many other couples in my present situation who believe prior to Davis they were separated under the family code and thus continued to live together to share living expenses and are now facing difficult and arguably unnecessary choices. I'm sorry? Oh, you want to slow down? Is that... Okay, well... Mr. President, thank you for the kind tip. Colleagues, I ask for an aye vote.
Any discussion or debate on the measure? Senator Jackson.
Yes, I thank Senator Moore, my good colleague, for this bill. It's a good bill. I urge your aye vote.
Any further discussion or debate? Seeing none, is there any objection to the use of unanimous roll call? Hearing none, ayes 35, no 0, the measure passes. File item 54, Senator Wolk. Pass on file. File item 55, Senator Morrell. Pass on file. File item 56, Senator Pan. It's been dispensed with. Thank you. File item 57, pass on file. File item 58, Senator Leyva. Pass on file. Colleagues, we're now going to move on to Assembly third reading, beginning with file item 66. We'll take up two items, file item 66 and 72. Senator Galgiani. Pass on file. File item 72. Again, we're in Assembly third reading. Senator Glazier. Pass on file. Colleagues, returning to motions and resolutions, this is the time for your adjourn in memory motions. Senator De Leon.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, it is with a very heavy heart that I rise to adjourn in the memory of one of my constituents, Patricia Eileen Griffith, or known as Pat Griffith. Pat, as she was known, passed in the early mornings of April 18th, 2016. Pat was born to Jim and Frances Griffith in Burbank, California on July 15th, 1950. She went on to graduate with a BS in mathematics from UC Irvine and received a master's degree in textile physics at the University of Leeds in Northern England, where she lived for several years. In 1973, she returned back home to Southern California to take a job at McDonnell Douglas, where she met her future husband, Scott Burley. In 1980, they moved to an old house in Mount Washington that reminded them of their grandmother's homes where they lived for the rest of her life. I know Pat because I lived next door for her for about 4 years in the great neighborhood of Mount Washington in Los Angeles. In the years to follow, Pat would become a fixture in the community. She was active, incredibly active, in countless community organizations, including the Mount Washington Elementary School PTA, the Mount Washington Association, the Highland Park Heritage Trust, and the Arroyo Seco Neighborhood Council. Most recently, she was Northeast LA Ambassador for the Los Angeles County Bike Coalition. And in the later years of her life, Pat founded the Mount Washington Preschool and Child Care Center and served on its board of directors for over 23 years, of which 14 she served as president. She was an avid hiker, a mountain climber. She loved the outdoors and showed a commitment to leaving the world a better place than she found it. Pat Griffith was, in fact, a Renaissance woman. She was a mathematician, a statistician. She was an artist, an educator, a community organizer, and a naturalist. She was deeply, deeply invested in her community, always with an eye toward the future. This is very, very sad, and her death is incredibly unexpected because she had burnt her hand, I believe, on the stove, and as a result, a few days afterwards, her pet cat licked her wound, and she got an infection from the wound itself. A few days thereafter, she was rushed to the hospital emergency room, and the infection was so great, it entered her bloodstream, and her bodily organs shut down, and she passed unexpectedly 3 weeks after her daughter just got married. So this was an incredible tragedy, and no one expected this. So she is survived by her husband, Scott, her daughter, Geneva, and again, she'll be greatly missed. Please join me in honoring the memory of a great friend, a former next-door neighbor, an incredible activist, Pat Griffith.
Thank you, Senator. You have more?
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, it is also with incredibly profound, deep sadness that I rise to adjourn in the memory of Gustavo Ramirez and Carlos Daniel Jovel, two very young men from my district who tragically lost their lives this past weekend. Gustavo and Daniel were spending time with their friends walking along the Los Angeles River near their school in Highland Park when Gustavo slipped and fell into the Los Angeles River. Gustavo could not swim. And despite the fact that he could also not swim, Carlos courageously jumped in after his best friend to help. Unfortunately, they were not able to escape with their lives. This is a tragedy that is a reminder of just how fragile and precious life is. And it is a reminder to each and every one of us to hug our children a little longer and a little tighter, and never to take a moment for granted. Gustavo was just 15 years old, was known to his friends and family as Smiley. Those who knew him said he had a very contagious personality, laugh, and warm personality. Carlos, just 1 year older, at 16, was known as Titos. He was the entertainer in the family, known for telling jokes and bringing laughter with him wherever he went. It's no surprise that these two were such fast friends. It's a shame that they were taken away from us very, very early. There is no nobler act than to risk your life to help a friend in need, and Carlos did so without any hesitation. For those who have not seen the Los Angeles River, I know oftentimes it is somewhat empty, but when that river is full and when it rages, it is something similar to the Colorado Rapids. It is moving with an incredible force, and anyone who falls into that LA River, God bless them, because it's very difficult to call 911 and have paramedics or a helicopter get there on time. And again, two young men from the neighborhood, from the community, who tragically lost their life. With that, thank you very much, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Are there any other motions to adjourn in memory? Mr. Pro Tem, please bring their names forward so they can be properly memorialized and entered into the daily file. Colleagues, if there's no further business, Senator Monning, the desk is clear.
Thank you, Madam President. Members will stand in recess until Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Thank you.
The Senate will be adjourned. We will reconvene Thursday at 9 a.m.